Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers the question, what is it like to be between the devil and the deep blue sea? Subscribe now if you're new to the channel, because today we are reviewing, actually, episode 2 of Rings of Power Season 1, Adrift. How you doing, man?
Got it right this time. I'm doing good, Adam. It's been a while. How are you doing?
Yeah, I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Let's dive into this thing. What were your initial thoughts of episode 2?
Holy shit! They can do an episode. I'm not gonna fucking lie. The first probably 15 minutes, I had my phone out with my stopwatch set up because I was going to do what I did with Mulan, and if too many scenes were under too much time, I was gonna shut off and be fucking done with it.
Wow.
Because I don't know why it drives me insane, but it's just like watching subtitles in English when the TV's loud as hell.
Right.
It bugs the fuck out of me.
I do that.
But yeah, holy shit. No, this is great. Like, we got story. We got long stories. Just like the pacing was fucking fantastic. And where we go in this episode, just fucking beautiful.
Yeah, for me, it was the exact same thing. It took everything about the first episode that was good, and it just sort of amped it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's why I think they were released back to back, so that we could see that they're going to be doing action and not just long form storytelling, in like a pasture with the Harfoots. It's not all like about berry picking, which, that was still kind of cool, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be fine. I could do an episode of them picking berries and speaking their funny language, or speaking in their funny accents, whatever. Their funny language.
So this one was also directed by J.R.R, and it was in fact written by Jennifer Hutchinson. Premiered at the same time, September 1st, last week. So let's talk about the sort of synopsis of this, because we pick up with every single character right where they left off, and Galadriel is swimming.
Fucking epic.
Open ocean swimming terrifies me.
Yeah, I agree 100 billion%. Like, if I cannot see the opposite side, I'm not getting in the water. Period. I don't give a fuck how deep it is. But in my lizard brain, if I can see the other side, I can make it to the other side.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, she must be like a fucking How are all elves just like super endurance? Is that like a part of them? Okay. So then
yeah, I mean, they're like the peak of evolution.
Okay. Do we evolve into elves?
No.
Damn it.
No, we're way more closer related to like dwarves
and monkeys.
Yeah.
All right. Monkey dwarves. So what did
watch
you
that
think?
movie.
So she gets picked up, not really rescued, but she gets picked up with some other stranded people. And I don't see any Wilson, so it's a little weird for me. I'm looking for a damn volleyball. But then all together, collectively, they see another ship coming out of the mist, and it's not a ship, it's a creature. And he refers to it, like one of the guys on board is refers to it as a worm or something like that.
The worm, yeah.
But isn't it like a giant fish? Like, I don't, what was it? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a giant fish of some sort. It's just the guy's a fucking idiot, so.
I was like, you catch fish with worms, but why would it? People call dragons worms, but that's definitely not a dragon. So
I mean, it could be an ocean dragon.
Yeah, it's a sea dragon then.
Yeah,
question answered. So mystery solved. So I thought that the shipwreck of the shipwreck was great.
Yeah.
And we got it kind of twice also, because there's a point where Galadriel's like strapping herself to the fucking mast that's left of a mast.
Dude.
She's like, grab onto me, and then she goes under.
Right. And just watching
dumb.
that rope go down, it's like, God damn it, grab it, you stupid cunt. Like, obviously we know she's not gonna die. Spoiler, she doesn't die at all in this series. But yeah, God, that was suspenseful as shit. It's like, God, do something, come on.
Put your foot on it. Grab it with your hands, like do something, anything. And he's just like, huh. How does this work? Like and then he swims down to the bottom of the ocean to get her out, which is like, you would have died. No, there's no way he would have lived through that.
Right.
He's a human. Well, if he was an elf, maybe.
And then the knot, like, I'm no knot expert. I will say that. Let me go on record.
But were you in the Boy Scouts?
I was in the fucking Boy Scouts.
There you go.
That knot was easy as shit to undo.
Yeah.
Like, period. All you do, grab one side, go like this, and fucking she's out.
Yeah.
Instead, he's like molesting her, and oh, she's got a knife. Okay, I'll use this. But then what happens to the dagger?
Yeah. He prison wallet.
Probably.
He it. 100%. He's
Man,
like, this has ridges. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah.
He just clenched his butt cheeks real hard as he slammed back up. Yeah, I liked that they finally started connecting on the raft, and you know, she found out that he was sort of forced out of his town by orcs, and then she was just like,
oh, she perked right the fuck
just
up.
a hound dog on him, like, where are they? What happened to them? Where are they from? Where did they go? Give me all the info. And he's like, bitch, be cool. Like, fuck.
He's like, that's my past homes. I'm done with that shit. Obviously, I'm in the middle of the fucking ocean. Like, let's worry about that first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was great.
This is the second Ryan Johnson moment that I refused to address, except that I just addressed it. He let the past die. There, I let it out there. Yeah, and so they end up like just sort of adrift and floating, and then I'm guessing it's Númenorians that end up finding them in the very end, but we don't really know at this point.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
It's got to be Númenorian. I can't wait to get to Númenor. I love the idea of like evolved human. I don't know. Are they even humans? I mean, they end up being the Dunedain, but Númenorians are something different. They have extended lifespans, so they're not like regular humans. So I don't know. Do you know like any details about the Númenorians? Like
not off the top of my head.
All right. That's why I have you here, but you know,
I know, I'm fucking useless. I'm just here for the laughing. I guess I don't.
Popcorn? I don't know. We got to get popcorn next time.
Hell yeah.
So then we cut back to the Harfoots, and they're doing everything they can. Nick and Poppy, or Nori and Poppy are doing their best to keep this spaceman. I don't know. What are we referring to him as? The mystery man? Like, what are they?
I don't know.
Asteroid
the stranger,
man?
maybe. I don't know.
Man? Yeah, I think it is.
I like
Starman. I like Starman too. So they're like pushing him around in a wagon and shit, and he's doing everything he can, trying to communicate with them, drawing runes and like mumbling a lot, and like Mari. I don't remember what he was saying, but I'm sure it had.
Oh,
some
he was
meaning.
saying Nori, because she was trying to, communicate who she was, and apparently doing a little bit of sign language does that to somebody that doesn't speak either language.
Right? And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You just fell out of the sky. I can't even talk.
Right.
Fuck your American sign language. You're supposed to be in English. This should be British sign language, not American." All right, I don't know what I'm doing. So he's using like fireflies to show he needs to go to a constellation, and then they all die. But then how the fuck is he ever going to get to a constellation? Like, is it just going to be like a point on Middle Earth that like reflects the constellation? Like,
that'd be my guess.
I love the mystery of this because everyone's like, "Oh, it's got to be X or Y," but we don't know. We don't know anything.
Yeah, we don't know. That's
I
a
like
beautiful thing about this show.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, so then we switch back over to Arondir, and he's like crawling through tunnels, which gave me a lot of claustrophobia.
Dude.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, man. As soon as he fucking comes across those orcs and it's like, oh, shit, I gotta cheese it. Man, that just, like, that is the shit that still will always and forever get me, is the confined spaces. Like, as soon as he loses that lantern and is squeezing through that, it's just my butthole puckered.
In the last Blair Witch film that came out, that was supposed to be like the original sequel or whatever, there's a scene in it where it's a young girl like crawling through underground tunnels, and it's so tight and confined, and we saw it in the theater. I was freaking the fuck out. I could not handle watching this. So it made me not want to watch the film again, even though I loved it. And so every time I watch the film and it gets to that point, I sort of like start looking at my phone. Like I have to distract myself because I can't fucking handle tight spaces. So as soon as he started like pushing the lantern in front of him and like crawling, I was just like, I can't do this.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, that's like with Descent. Like, that is one of the only scary movies that still to this day will fuck me up.
That was good. Yeah. That was
And it's not even because it's scary by the horror. It's scary because holy fuck, I can imagine being in that space and I would want to kill myself.
It's not good. And then ultimately he gets caught anyway, which I thought was kind of cool. But then that sort of resolves his part of it.
Damn it, that was so good. Oh, I can't get over how good that capture was. And you know what's going to happen. You know it's going to fucking happen. But as soon as it does, it's like, yeah! I mean, no!
Yeah.
Damn it.
But then we get to see, and we never even talked about this, but the girl, I gotta look at my other show notes to get her name. Bronwyn's son found this broken blade. Is that a Morgul blade, or is it just a broken blade from the battle? From the first age.
I think it's just a broken blade from the battle, because I think it's just the Witch Kings that have the Morgul blades.
Oh, okay.
I think again, it's one of those things I could be wrong on.
Yeah.
I should probably do my research before I talk about stuff.
I mean, I'm just throwing out random questions. So I don't know how you would anticipate that. But yeah, I mean, it just, when it starts like spiderly, like ghostly reappear when he gets a little blood in it, I was just like, ooh, that's dope. I can't wait, because that's going to be a beacon for all the orcs to find them no matter what. And so what is the purpose? Are they using humans to make more orcs, or just as food, or like, why did they go to that last town, Horden, kill all the people or kidnap them or whatever, destroy the town and corrupt it, and then now they're moving over to this new one? Like, do you know what they're doing, what the plan is?
Probably just a pestilence, really. It's just wiping out the human race.
God, you gotta leave us alone, people. Honestly.
No, fuck that. Get rid of us. We don't belong.
I wanna live. That's true. We don't treat here good at all.
Yeah.
We're the worst. So anyway, Tir-Harad is the name of her town, Bronwyn's town. It was right above my highlighted text instead of below it this time. So she goes back and she's like telling everyone, like, oh, the Harondir's taken over. Like, it's all completely gone. It's like corrupted and destroyed. And everyone's like, without any proof, you're just a hysterical woman.
Right.
I was like,
fucking women, especially an elf banger. Fuck her. Yeah, I loved when she came back and just put everybody in their place.
So cool.
And that just cool. Like that whole fucking scene, man, that was pure horror. Her getting back to her place and it's just demolished and her son's hiding. And she's like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, hide. And she fucking hides, and then the orc comes out, and that just, God, seeing that orc was so beautiful. It's got this animal skull on its face and just traipsing around, destroying everything. God, it was so good. And then
scary.
It did. Like that, it was fucking terrifying. And then to see just how much pain one can endure, like it was fucked up. Like got stabbed, clubbed, stabbed again,
hung a little
hooked itself on the fucking steps. It took getting decapitated to stop the son of a bitch. Like that's terrifying.
It's badass. And that was just one.
Yeah.
Only one of them. Imagine an army of those fuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, it just made them so much scarier again. And it also kind of reminded, like, the creature design was a little labyrinth, which I dig.
Yeah.
Do you remember like those weird goblin creatures in Labyrinth? Like they're just so spiky, and that sounds really fucking dumb, but that's how I remember it. It was awesome. I loved that scene so much. And then just her badass, like you had mentioned, just dropping the head on the table, just like drop mic, like bitches, get out of here, let's go.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Oh, duh. We've got Gil-galad going to fucking Elrond and being like, have you ever heard of Celebrimbor? And he's like, of course I've heard of it. Like he's like jerking off to Celebrimbor's name. He's like, well, he's right behind you. Like pulled a fucking, damn it, what's the name of that talk show host that always did that? He did like the parent reveals, like, are you the dad or aren't you the dad?
Oh,
Springer.
Maury.
Maury Povich? Well, he's one of them.
I don't know.
I was thinking of Jerry Springer. But yeah, like, it's just like you don't do that with the guy right behind him. Because what if he's like, no, he's a dick.
Yeah.
Then he's like, all right, well, have a good day.
Right. Never mind. Just kidding. I just was curious if you knew about him. I've got a totally unrelated thing to do over there now.
Yeah. It was so awkward. Why anyone would ever set that up? It's the worst idea ever. So anyway, like he comes in, he's like, so he needs some help, so you go help him. It's like, are you just getting rid of Elrond, or is Elrond really helpful with making special tools that Gil-galad knows of? Like, do you know? Like, it seems weird to me. He was just like,
No, I think he was just trying to get rid of him.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, hey, we don't like you, but this guy might.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, and so then he like goes and they both sort of like rub each other off about a hammer.
I mean, it was a beautiful fucking hammer.
Because it made the and the thing is, this was a wonderful deep lore drop for people who don't know, like me. But it glossed over it so quickly, I didn't fully understand it. And so like the person who used that hammer last made like the shining light, right? They like captured light from like the two trees. And am I like way the fuck off base? Like it was something special. So that when Morgoth got it and he like shed a tear because it was so beautiful, then he saw his own wickedness and he sort of like lost his mind. But
so they were talking about the Silmarillions,
right? Aren't they like little jewels or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like forging a crown or some shit. I don't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, I mean, it was one of those things that if you've read the books, it's like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't, it's like, oh, that's cool.
But aren't the Silmarils supposed to be important for events in the First Age? Like, wasn't that like a big deal?
Yeah, like think Arkenstone times 1 billion.
I just wish they would have gone a little more into it is all.
I don't know. I've got hope that they're gonna keep drawing from, the significance of the Silmarillions, because obviously there's a fucking book about them. Like it was a big deal. So I don't know. I have a feeling it'll come back up like more and more with the lore.
I hope so. So then Celebrimbor tells Elrond, he's like, look, I don't want to make damn trinkets anymore. I want to make something powerful.
Yeah.
I
need change the world.
I need a forge. So I need you to be the pinky to my brain. All right. And he's like, well, it's going to take like way too many people to ever put this together. So I don't know how I'm going to help you. Except I've got a friend. How do you feel about non-elves? He's like, how non-elf? How far away from us?
The great part is he's like, well, no, you can totally help me. The king won't give me anybody else. Okay, well, I mean, it's going to take a while. It's like, well, you don't have a while. You've got like 2 weeks. Well, fuck.
Well, it's not going to happen then, is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Have realistic expectations next time, Celebrimbor. Dick. So he's like, hey, I got a buddy, old Prince Durin the Fourth. Let me go check him out over in Khazad-dûm. And going back to Moria, it was amazing to me.
Oh God, damn it! Yeah, that was fantastic.
I thought the opening scene of him sort of doing the door knock thing was a little Wizards of Oz. It was like, I don't know. Slides open the thing. We're not here. Closes it again. I was like, wait a second. What? Like, I can hear you.
Not now, not never.
It's like, this doesn't make any sense. What's happening? But then he's like, hey, I do the rite of blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And so they go in and they break rocks. And like Prince Durin's super pissed. And Elrond has no idea what he's pissed about. They're just breaking rocks to Elrond's like using his political diplomacy the entire time to shift Durin's perspective of him. And finally on the lift ride up on the way out, he's like, what the hell is going on? Why are you so mad? Yeah. He's like, 20 years. I thought dwarves lived longer. So I didn't think 20 years would be a big deal.
Dwarves do live pretty long. Not as long as elves, like hundreds of years versus thousands of years. Like with elves, if I remember correctly, pretty much the only thing that'll kill them is like not old age, but them being murdered or taking themselves out.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, 20 years for a dwarf really isn't that fucking long. But I mean, it's definitely, it's more significant than to an elf, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, if you and I hadn't seen each other in like 6 months, I wouldn't be mad. I would just be like, I want to hang out with him.
Mhm.
You know, if it was 20 years and you came up, I would be like, oh my gosh, you know, like it would be awesome. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
like, oh man, you. Like it goes both ways, Durin.
Well, and then like, let's be honest. Oh, you didn't come to my wedding. Cool. Where was the invite, Holmes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
you missed the birth of my 2 kids. Where was the invite? Fucking this works 2 ways, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Prince
I'm a
Durin's
terrible friend,
bitch.
but I also understand when people don't reach out to me because I don't reach out to them. Like, it works 2 ways.
Yeah, that struck me as weird. I was like, wait a second. You could have just, picked up the phone.
Right.
Metaphorically.
Send a raven, something.
Yeah. Like, just do something, Dick. But then we learned that there's a little something more to that. So do you think when King Durin came down and they opened the box a la Pulp Fiction style, was that the heart of the mountain or was that mithril?
I want to say it's the Arkenstone.
The Arkenstone? Is that the heart of the mountain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is because that was like what ended up uniting the people and corrupting the king.
Right. Okay. Because my wife brought that up. I was like, I forgot all about that. Oh my gosh. It's like, it's got to be mithril, right? She's like, no, I think it's the heart of the mountain. So I was like, oh, all right. My wife's smarter than I am about all of this stuff. Everything, basically.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
That's why you marry them. They're there to
Exactly.
make sure that you don't die.
Exactly. I don't choke on my own fingers. He ends up taking him to apologize to his wife and kids. And I thought his wife was awesome.
Yeah, I fucking loved her immediately. I know people are going to hate because, it's a black elf. No.
Dwarf.
It doesn't matter that she's a black elf. Or, dwarf. It's the fact that she only has like this tiny little scruff right here. That's what bothers me about her. Nothing else. Like, she is fantastic.
Give us some Captain Spaulding or something. Like,
right?
Just a little bit of gray scruff going all the way around the jaw. Did he have that, or was it just really long chops? I can't remember.
No, he had a beard.
Okay.
He had a little chin strap type thing.
I went to a Halloween store this weekend, and I saw Captain Spaulding mask, and I was just like, I gotta buy that, but I would never really use it that much, so just once, ever.
It's hard. I get it.
I'll just get some more wisps in my own beard and put on face paint. So they end up having a wonderful dinner, and it turns the corner on their supposed soured friendship, and that's it. We assume that he told him about the machine and that he received it well and he brought it to his dad, but we never saw any of that. So, I mean, they have to help build it so that Celebrimbor can then make the 3 rings of power, right? For the elves? Like, doesn't he make the rings of power, the elven rings of power?
No, those were forged
Does
by
he get corrupted
Sauron.
by Sauron then?
There.
Because somehow there's like a connection there. Because
Yeah,
that's why he's making this forge, right?
Yeah. Well, he's making the forge just to make the fucking forge, but yeah, ultimately that becomes the forge.
Okay. So we got to see Sauron walk into. Wait, where are they? Oh, I didn't write down the name of the town. Or the region that Celebrimbor lives in. Anyway, to have Sauron just walk in there and start forging rings is pretty dope.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'll need to change my pants afterwards.
Some big
Definitely.
balls right there. So, what else about this episode? What did you think? I mean, about this story? Is there anything that sort of rubbed you the wrong way, or were you good with everything?
No, after the first episode and not being a huge fan of it, this one felt right. Like, this is like, oh, okay, cool. They're gonna give me an actual narrative versus some fucking ADD riddled attempt at a story. So yeah, I was altogether pretty happy with it.
I loved the amount of cheese with the dwarves. Like, I mean, you and I are a little bit, we're fond of that stuff anyway. I heard people complaining about it, it's just too cheesy or too kiddie or whatever. I was like,
no,
I thought it was just enough. Like, I don't know. It felt right.
They're fucking party people. They're acting like party people. Like, that's cool. Like, I
would love to hang out with some dwarves.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, they're the kind of people that you know you're gonna go get way too drunk with. You're gonna eat all this shit that's gonna make you sick, and you're probably gonna get the shit kicked out of you. But it's gonna all be in fun, and you're gonna love every second of it.
Yeah. You're gonna be going to the airport, puking your guts out and shitting your pants, and saying, "When's the next time?"
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
So your favorite part of this episode?
Oh man, that's a tough one because Gladriel just being a boss bitch, like that was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to say it was going to Khazad-dûm, like that made my heart happy. And then to see Durin with egg on his face as his wife's just like, I fucking love this guy. Oh, quit being a bitch. Oh, the tree, it's like his third child, a fucking turd.
Yeah.
Everybody makes fun of like. Okay, so I guess it's probably when his wife starts talking shit about him and the tree. That's probably my favorite part, 'cause that's hilarious.
Yeah, I think the entire Khazad-dûm. I loved seeing the Undercity, like, well, just whatever it is, the mines or whatever. It just, you know, they have plants and shit. It's not just rocks.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool and inventive in the water and everything. It was just beautiful. It was done really well. And I love the interaction between all the characters, and it was fun and it was funny, and I don't know, I enjoyed the hell of it. Can't wait to see what happens next episode. Did you have a least favorite part?
Not really off the top of my head. Yeah, I can't really think of anything that bothered me.
Okay, well then let's do some ratings.
All right, so I'll give it a good 4.
Okay.
Wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but it's a fucking complete change of pace from the last episode. So
what would have pushed it up to 5? What do you think?
That first episode being better. Like I don't know, because I guess it's me being apprehensive about the show. Like I really, really, really want to like this.
Yeah.
And I'm just nervous that it's gonna shit the bed.
Oh,
and man. I think just that baggage is what's making me not enjoy this as much as I should.
Yeah. I gave it a 4 as well for Evil Eyes. I'm not entirely sure why. It wasn't amazing. It was great. It wasn't amazing. And, you know, we seem to pepper what we do in the shadows with 5s every damn week, but that's because it's awesome. Like it's giving us everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just trying to sort of explain that somehow to an audience who's like, well, what are you expecting it to be? Like, it's just, you know, if I would have gotten a glimpse of like Sauron's shadow, or, you know, just something else to give us a little bit more, because that fight was awesome, but it was just one and then it was done.
Yeah.
I want more. So I don't know, because it was really great. It had all of those wonderful tense moments of Arondir going in the damn tunnel and getting captured, and like it had great stuff. It just wasn't. I think they can do better.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. All right.
It's like at 9, they should crank it all the way to 11.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Anything else you wanted to cover with this episode?
No, I think we pretty much got it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for spending your time with us. We appreciate you. And always remember, evil spelled backwards is live. So get out there and be fucking evil.
Indeed.
I feel like I should do my face when I say that. Like, it was just like a scolding one eyebrow raised. I'm disappointed